Hi everyone, a very short update as I have to leave for an event, but on the medium time frame, low time frame and the micro we go over my bearish Elliott Wave scenario, starting with the first medium time frame bearish scenario where we are looking for a bigger three-wave structure to the downside, either a WXY or an ABC. Wave W over here in a WXY is then a zigzag in an ABC structure, followed by any corrective pattern in a wave X for then continuation to the downside in a wave Y. In this scenario, you would expect this high to be taken over here at 28.1k and also to fill the rest of the inefficiency to at least reach the order block that we have over here where we have some additional resistance around 29.3, 29.4k. The other scenario is an ABC 5-3, a five-wave structure where we are then looking at this final move as the wave 5 of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse to the downside. And as you can see, if this is the low over here of a 5-wave move, it's not very nice as it looks very 3-wavy. We could potentially move this to the left over here and say this is the final wave, but what is it like? Interesting to me is that this low over here did not take this wick low. So can this really be the low of a wave 5? I'm not so sure. However, in this particular scenario, we do then expect this high to be taken. Look for resistance around the 29.345k area before continuation to the downside. The other bearish scenario is that this over here is the high of a wave 4, or this is the high of wave 4 and we're looking for a wave 5 down. Now, in general, the probabilities are higher for price to still eventually find more downside, as we have this low over here which hasn't been taken on my chart and some other charts but has been taken on, for example, Bybit, and you really want to see the charts align. We also now have a double bottom which increases the probabilities of price eventually falling to the downside. In this scenario, we are working or finished wave 4 and we are now looking for a 5 to the downside. But even if we look for a diagonal in wave 5, it's a very high retracement at the moment. Not that ideal, but a potential diagonal is at least, it's not yet invalidated, but it would be a very shallow diagonal. So I'm not sure if this is currently the preferred scenario, but we have to wait and see what happens more locally, let's say. And if we then zoom in, and on the low time frame, we have this ABC structure over here. We have a 3-wave A, 3-wave B, and then a wave C for then potentially continuation to the downside, as this is then an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC move to the downside. Now the ABC here is quite long in time compared to this impulse, not necessarily a problem. What is more interesting is what's happening here. The 1.618 is a maximum common target for wave C. The 2.618 is also still a target for wave C. However, you can see that it is above the invalidation of an impulse corrective structure and then an impulse to the downside. You don't want to see this high being taken. However, what is valid is if price would still move to the upside and reach this blue target box. The invalidation is over here at 28.1k, as then we have to look for other structures preferably than an ABC flat over here. But even if price moves to the upside around 27.7k, 27.9k, it can still be valid for a wave C before a move to the downside. We have to observe the reaction in that particular area. And then on the micro, what is interesting is price move to the downside. A potential scenario was impulsive, 1, 2, continuation to the downside in a wave 3 with this dump here. However, when price moved back towards the 0.5 fib taken from the high to the low over here, the probability significantly increased for price to find more upside and at least take the highs here and look for this area. Now, as you can see, price moved to the upside quite high indeed, retraced the whole move to the downside. Probabilities are locally higher to look for upside, and I'd be looking for this resistance area over here. Now, I hope this video was helpful or valuable to you. Please check out the most recent educational video I've made about the best trading indicator you can use. And for now, I'd like to thank you for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye bye.